yo, this is who I am. This is what I've been through. And the craziest thing is I have a really interesting, wild life. So in 2019, I restarted YouTube and I started. Hey, today I am talking about one of the biggest mistakes I made on my YouTube channel for so many years and how I'm going to actually fix it in 2024. And I'm so grateful that I was able to see this from afar. It is the Brave on Video podcast. I am Zilly Barclay, and this podcast is definitely about one of the things that we are missing out in the online space, like completely, as in coaches, educators, course creators, consultants, experts, all of those things. And it's one of the things that I've been doing very well on other platforms, but I sucked at it on YouTube. I really took a look at my YouTube channel over the past few years. Now, let me tell you something. When you are creating courses, you're running a business, you're consulting, you're coaching, I have not been putting as much as I should into YouTube. And so this year, I'm obviously going to change that. I'm going to share 3 of the mistakes that I've made, but the last one is going to be the most powerful and potent one. So if you fall into any of the brackets that I shared before, as in, you're in those spaces and you want to amplify your presence in the online space or on YouTube, you want to make sure that you are listening to this podcast episode. Get your notes, get your tea, get your coffee, get your water. You're probably listening to me on Spotify, iTunes, wherever it is you'll want to tune in. Now, one of the first mistakes I made in my journey is I neglected my experience and who I am. Now, people on Instagram, because I'm always on Instagram, they know who I am. They know what I've accomplished. They've been following my journey for years. Now, this is my 4th YouTube channel. I did this very well in the past, but I never did it really well on this channel because this channel was more tutorial focused when I first started it. So in 2019, I restarted YouTube and I started a whole new channel, which is this channel that you're watching me on. And I never shared like my experiences and things that I've been through and understood and all of that jazz enough on this channel. I've done it sometimes in little vlogs with Rio and I, but I never doubled down on like, yo, this is who I am. This is what I've been through. And the craziest thing is I have a really interesting, wild life. And the only time I realize that I have a wild life is when Rio and I are on a flight somewhere, or we are filming for something, or some big opportunity comes my way and I'm like, wow, like, can you believe that we are doing this? And I have several of those moments every single year in my life for the past 5 or 6 years, right? Where we both look at each other, like my husband and I, and we're like, what the heck? What kind of life are we living? Or this is amazing. And so I really never brought that experience properly onto YouTube. So, and in saying that, of course, there are days where my life is boring, but as a content creator, I know how to make the mundane so interesting. And that's obviously a skill, right? So that's one of the first mistakes I've made. And I just want to share with you, like, sit down and think about your experiences. Think about who you are and how you can translate that message and amplify that message on your channel, but also bringing in your work and what you want to be known for. For example, I'm a video coach. I'm a camera confidence coach. I've been teaching and preaching this for years, right? People on my YouTube channel only know a subset of who I am and what I do. And so this year it is my goal to bring fullness to this channel. And of course, some people will stay and some people will go, but I am completely okay with that. I want to create for the depth of the future of my brand versus being afraid of what everyone else will think or the current subscribers will think if they see something different or new pop up on the YouTube channel. And that leads me into what the second thing is. I've been so afraid to try new things or do new things because of the fear of failure. So for a long time on our channel, tutorial content was doing very well. And so, I doubled down on that. I leaned into it. And when I say it was doing very well, I made a lot of money by positioning myself as a thought leader in a specific space. that does really well for me because then we have people reaching out in our inbox. I run a multiple six-figure business. I have helped other business owners to get confident on camera, to shine on camera, to show up confidently, to create their online courses, to sell their online courses. And all of that came from my YouTube channel and creating really specific content. Now, I do want to say if you're just starting out, just focus on showing up. That's all. That's all you're responsible for. Focus on showing up and getting used to the platform. Focus on consistency and doing what you say you're going to do. Just focus on that. Don't focus on anything else if you are just starting out. Now, what we would do is we would try things and we would put it out there, but we wouldn't stick to it long enough. And I want to share more of like the mistakes that I've made. If this is something that you enjoy hearing and you enjoy learning from other people's mistakes as much as I do, let me know somewhere on social that you want to hear more of this. So like I said before, we were putting out new things, but we would pull back when we realized the audience didn't like it. And the beautiful thing about my YouTube channel is that I'm in a place or space to experiment. I feel like as long as you have less than 20,000 subscribers, play until you find what works for you. Right? Of course, there are different ways that you can measure what is working for you when it comes to YouTube. For me, I was very comfortable and satisfied with what I was doing because it was working for my business backend. You guys know I always tell you I am a business owner with a YouTube channel versus just being a YouTuber, because YouTube is a very integral part of my business, my thought leadership, showing up, finding new people or having new people find me, but it's not the fullness of my business. I do have other things going on in our business. And that leads me to the last part that I told you have to listen to. So of course, let's just recap. You understanding who you are and sharing your experiences and bringing those experiences into your content and what you're creating. 2, of course, I want you to be able to try new things and expand, try different types of content, and don't be afraid to do it. If you do decide to try new things and pivot and shift and play. Right? I am in an era right now where I feel so creative and excited, but it's because I've released what everyone else will think if I show up however I want to show up. Now, the third thing is learn how to tell more stories. If I took the experiences that I was speaking about and I started telling you stories about how I built my business, how I pivot, how I shifted, how I did different things, and still brought in the aspect of the thing that has been most constant on my journey is me showing up on camera confidently. If you've seen me anywhere in the online space, if you've seen me as a coach, if you've seen me on a website, in a summit, if you heard me on a podcast, I don't care where you found me in the online space, know that I got there because I've been showing up on camera consistently for multiple years. And that's what I teach and help other people to do. So I can easily pull that into my experiences and who I am and what I do. And I want to be sure to share that. Now, because I know people are struggling with all of this, I've created a guide based on one of the frameworks that I teach in my courses and to my clients. It is called the unique method. I feel like we're blending in so much into what everyone else is doing, saying, and sharing that we aren't understanding the value of your own journey and your own experiences. Or you're probably thinking my experiences aren't like Zaylee's experiences, or they aren't like this other person's experiences. I have nothing great to share. I've put together a guide to walk you through the 4 things, the 4 aspects of yourself that you should be sharing that are also connected to who you are and what you want to be known for in the online space. You are special, you are different, you are a vibe, and you deserve to show up in that way and share that with your audience. So I just want to share that. If you do want that guide, definitely look down below or click the link in the bio, or you can reach out to me on Instagram and I'll send you the link so that you can download the guide as well. Now, getting back into it, storytelling, even bringing in a story as, one day I was sitting down and I realized I was just scrolling and everyone was looking the same, sounding the same, doing the same thing, same captions, same everything. And I felt like one thing that I've been able to do effortlessly is be myself, right? And share every day from my own experiences. And it's not that I have this magical machine or something that gives me content ideas. I am the content. I am the idea, and I've gotten really good at taking my everyday experiences, no matter how big or small, and putting them into content. And that's how I came up with the unique method. I sat down and I thought about all of the things that I've been doing for so many years, and I put it into that guide. Not going back to the guide to talk about it, but I'm just sharing with you this story of how I got there, or how I decided, Zaylee, you need to extract the way that you think and put it into a formula and share that formula for free, because why not? People need to hear this. And, when you learn to tell stories about your journey, or, the things that you have been through, or what you're doing currently, or why you're doing XYZ, or what made you make a specific decision, people get to learn from you. And that's very different from people coming online and sharing the same generic information that they got from ChatGPT. This is a different year. People are doing things differently. And the more that you can show up in your own authenticity is where you're going to make a huge difference. And I'm bringing that into the YouTube channel this year. So those are the 3 things that I've been doing wrong, guys. And honestly, it's been a journey to get here and to be real with myself and to be even more authentic, to tell you exactly what I've been doing wrong. And, this is scary because now you can look at the YouTube channel to see if I am actually keeping up with what I said I'm going to do, right? But you know what? I'm here for that journey. I'm here for us to go through that journey together. And I'm here to get things right on my YouTube channel along with you. And if you see me messing up, call me out, hun, because I need it. But all in all, we're here to support each other. And I want us to get better at what we are doing and creating in the online space. And I really believe that we can make a shift in all that we are doing together, because this is one big learning experience, and I love that we can just do this thing together. So if you enjoyed this episode of the Brave on Video podcast, make sure that you subscribe. If you're already subscribed, make sure you turn on your notification bell so that you know when we upload on the channel or wherever you listen to your podcast. I love you so much. I appreciate you for being here, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.